Hey everyone, it's Final Round. My name is Jordan. This video will be for Monday's slate of games. We have 11 games to get through, so I'm going to jump right into them, and I'm going to try to make this quick. This will be an analysis of the slate. What I mean by that is take all the other videos that you've seen on YouTube and throw those out the window, change your mindset. I'm going to go through each game. I'm going to give you props that I like, that I see. This isn't going to be just 2 picks or 3 picks, and then you just copy it or do whatever. I'm going to give you props that I see that I like, and you pick what you like from that based off the analysis that I have made. I've broken these down a little bit into 3 different categories, maybe help you find what type of category that you like to play, and it's going to be matchup, hit rate, or opportunity. And what I mean by matchup is if the player has a really good matchup, sometimes they have a good hit rate and stuff like that. But the main reason for the play is the matchup that they have. Hit rate, clearly, they just have a really good hit rate on the play. Usually that sometimes has a good matchup, but the main reason is the hit rate. And then opportunity means that a guy is injured, or on the opposite side, a guy is injured and they have better opportunity, and that opportunity is why I'm picking the play. So I'm going to tell you which of those 3 categories each play is, just so you can kind of group those in and pick which ones you like the most. So you will see images that come up on the screen on both sides. This is from a data app called Outlier. There'll be a link in the description for a 7-day free trial for Outlier. So let's jump into this. This first game is the Bucks versus the Hornets. Bucks are 3.5-point favorites. Gary Trent Jr. is questionable, and Giannis will be playing in this one. The Hornets will not have their 2 top centers like they haven't had Ryan Kalkbrenner and Mason Plumlee. And then Con Knippel's listed out, but the description for him being out is kind of like he's questionable, but they don't have his lines out, so I'm assuming he is going to be out. So that's going to lead to my first opportunity play, and that's going to be Colin Sexton over 10.5 points. We don't have any data with him with Con Knippel out this year, but he has gone over this line in 87% of games, and he should be the biggest beneficiary for Con Knippel being out. I don't know if he'll be in the starting lineup, but definitely going to get more minutes and more shots, more opportunities here against the Bucks. He has played the Bucks twice this year. He has had 16 and 14 points, so he has done well in this matchup. So really like this play for Colin Sexton. On the Bucks side of things, I didn't really find any players that I liked playing with Giannis. When I sort to that, a lot of things are up and down. There's like Ryan Rollins, rebounds, assists. It looks like a good play. His points looks like a good play. All that stuff, they look like good plays, but when you sort to with Giannis, then things start to get a little bit wobbly. So, and Kevin Porter Jr. hasn't been there for a lot of the games as well. So I'm gonna fade all the Bucks players. Lean here, the Hornets, they won at home last time they played the Bucks at home, but they're missing 2 bigs and one of their best shooters, and I think Giannis can kind of control the paint there with those bigs missing. So I'm gonna lean the Bucks on the road. This next game doesn't have any props out, and I have 2 different games in this 11-game slate where I don't have any props out. So I'm going to give you my lean. It's the Suns versus the Wizards. Suns are 10.5-point favorites. Wizards will be on a back-to-back. Grayson Allen will be out for the Suns. The Wizards haven't updated their injury report, but Keyshawn George did not play on Sunday. I think it's Trey Johnson stepped up and played in the starting lineup. He's actually been playing really well, so I want to keep an eye out on. But so no lines here. So in the morning, I'm going to do an additional analysis. I'll put a link in the pinned comment that'll take you to finalround11.com with the additional analysis if I find any plays that I like from this game. For a lean, the Suns have covered in 5 straight games, and the Wizards are on a back-to-back, so I'm going to lean the Suns here for a nice win. This next one is the Magic versus the Raptors. Magic are 1.5-point favorites. The Raptors will be on a back-to-back, and they just played an overtime game. The Magic still do not have Franz Wagner, and Jalen Suggs is doubtful, and then Goga Batadze is questionable. For the Raptors, they haven't updated their report, but Jakob Poeltl was out on Sunday. He could potentially jump in here on the tail end of a back-to-back, so we'll have to see. So his first play is a hit rate play, and it happens to be an under. It's Sandro, very long last name. I just call him Sandro, under 7.5 rebounds. With Jakob Poeltl out on Sunday, he potentially could come back, like I said. And Sandro actually came off the bench with Jakob Poeltl out on Sunday. He didn't play that many minutes. Scotty Barnes came up with 25 rebounds. So he was a rebounding machine. Sandro wasn't doing much of rebounding himself. So he's gone under this in 91% of games this year. And with Jakob Poeltl out, just in case he sits out, he played 21 minutes off the bench. With Jakob Poeltl out, he's gone under in 83% of games, averaging about 5.5 rebounds. So I like that hit rate play there. And then for the Magic, this is an opportunity play. It's going to be Anthony Black over 17.5 points. So in games with Jalen Suggs and Franz Wagner out this year, he has hit in 6 out of 6 games, 100% hit rate, scoring 24 points per game, taking around 17 shots a game and making 50% of them. He's very efficient. So this is a great opportunity for him. The matchup isn't the best in the world, but he does get the Raptors on a back-to-back here in an overtime game. And then for lean here, the Raptors have covered 1 out of 6 back-to-backs. So I will lean the Magic coming into Toronto. Next one is the Nuggets versus the Heat. Nuggets are 2.5-point favorites. The Nuggets will not have Christian Brown, Aaron Gordon, or Cameron Johnson. The Heat, Tyler Hero is out, and then Bam Adebayo is probable. So the first play I like here is another opportunity play. This is Tim Hardaway Jr. over 14.5 points. 4 games ago, Cameron Johnson got injured, and he scored 21 points in that game. The 3 games after that, he has started, and he is averaging around 20 points per game. He's hit this line in every single one of those games with Cameron Johnson out. So he played the Heat once this year. He played in November with Cameron Johnson, and he scored 18 points against them. So I really like the opportunity for Tim Hardaway Jr. He's taking a lot of volume in this offense and playing very well, and the Heat play at the fastest pace in the NBA, so he should get a lot of opportunities. This next one is a matchup play, and it's going to be Nikola Jokic for his triple-double. The Heat give up the 2nd most rebounds and the 11th most assists. In that game where they played earlier in November, Nikola Jokic had 33 points, 15 rebounds, 15 assists. So triple-double, it's becoming like almost a parlay piece. He's getting it near halftime at this point, the way he has been playing. So I feel like this is just a safer way to take it. You could go rebounds, assists if you wanted to, keep points out of it, because sometimes he'll take a step back. But definitely, I think assists might be his lowest one, but rebounds and assists is really we're just trying to hit those, and we need 10 with the triple-double. So he's had one against them this year, obviously, and then he had a triple-double in both matchups versus the Heat last year. So I like the matchup there for Nikola Jokic. And then this next one is going to be an opportunity for Jaime Jaquez Jr. Over 14.5 points. So with Tyler Hero out this year, he's gone over an 8 out of the last 10 games with an average of 20 points per game. He did play against Denver in November in that game. Tyler Hero did not play in that one, and he scored 21 points on the Nuggets. And the Nuggets have allowed the last 5 small forwards to go over their points line. They give up the 11th most points to that position. So do like the opportunity for Jaime Jaquez Jr. For lean here, the Heat are coming off a 26-point win at home, and the Nuggets just lost to the Magic. I'm actually going to lean the Heat here at home as underdogs. Next one is the Warriors versus the Nets. Warriors are 3.5-point favorites. The Warriors will be on a back-to-back. They haven't released an injury report yet, but I did see a tweet that Steph Curry says he doesn't know if he'll play in this game or not. So he's probably going to be questionable, a game-time decision. Throwing that out there just to throw off everything, all the bettors and all that. So for the Nets, they have no new injuries, and this first play is going to be a hit rate play, and it's going to be Cam Thomas over his points. He did come back, and he was who we thought he was. He is a bucket. He is a flamethrower. He dropped 30 points in 20 minutes on the Timberwolves, and he most likely will be on a minutes restriction here again, 20 minutes, but it doesn't matter. It's like when he knows he's on that minutes restriction, he knows he needs to take shots more quickly, and he's just getting not the same volume, but just a few less shots than he does in a full game. So he's hit this line in 88% of games this year when he did not get injured, so I took out one game that he got injured. And at home this year, he he's averaging 26.5 points per game, and with 35 minutes of play. He's hit this in 100% of home games. So I took the minutes there and kind of knocked it down to what 20 minutes would be with that 35 minutes, and then took the average, and it came out to like exactly 15 points. So I think I did what the computers were doing to come up with this line. So if you just knock that down, the thing is his volume was about 20 shots a game, but with that 20 minutes that he played with the minutes restriction, he took like 15 shots. So it's not counting in that he's going to be taking more shots, or he should be taking more shots, just because he feels hurried and he's back and he wants to get more buckets in. So versus the Warriors in 2 games last year, he averaged 25 minutes in those games. So I think maybe he was on minutes restriction there, but he scored 23 points in both of those games. So still did well in this matchup. So for the Warriors, Steph Curry is up in the air, so I'm going to fade them right now, especially on the back-to-back. There's nothing that I really like. And for lean, the Nets defense has gotten much better. I talked about it in the last video. I talked about with Cam Thomas coming back, if that's going to affect chemistry. No, it didn't. They played great defense, and now their offense just got a boost. So I'm actually going to lean the Nets at home here. The next one is the Cavaliers versus the Spurs. Spurs are 4.5-point favorites. The Cavaliers, I feel like they just get overvalued at this point. I'm a Cavaliers fan, just if you didn't know. The Cavaliers have no new injuries. Spurs, De'Aaron Fox is questionable, so that's kind of a big one for them. So the first one's a hit rate play. It's going to be Jalen Tyson over 14.5 points plus rebounds. He's gone over this in 11 out of the last 13 games, and he has moved to a bench role lately since Sam Merrill came back in the lineup, and he has played well in the last 3 games. He has just exploded even in that bench role with less minutes. So in December, he played against the Spurs. He scored 24 points, had 6 rebounds. I really like the hit rate there for Jalen Tyson. And then this next one is an opportunity play with a great hit rate. It's going to be Jared Allen under 8.5 rebounds. So he's gone under in 73% of games this season. The Spurs give up the 9th least rebounds. So it's also a matchup. This one has everything. So 73% on the under, 9th least rebounds. The opportunity here is Evan Mobley is back, and that makes things worse for Jared Allen. He's gone under in 81% of games with Evan Mobley. And if you watch the Cavaliers play, which I watch a lot of their games, their closing lineup is normally, it doesn't have Jared Allen in there. Mobley normally goes to the center position, and they're more mobile. With 3-point shooters, because Jared Allen he can't stretch the floor. So Mobley takes those minutes away from him. And then there wasn't much that I liked on the Spurs side of things with De'Aaron Fox on the fence. I didn't see many props that I liked. So for lean here, the Cavs were showing some signs, but they just got blown out by the Rockets. Any team that gets physical with the Cavaliers, they just go cold, and the Knicks showed that with some big runs. The Spurs they've gone up against OKC, and they've been playing physical, so I can see that happening here. So I'll take these Spurs at home. So that's about halfway through. If you guys could, please like the video. If you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you have a little bit of extra time, just leave a comment for the algorithm. You just say anything that helps get this video out there for more people to see. Let's get this video up to 1,000 likes. The last one did not get up there, but I appreciate it when you guys do that. Just helps the video explode, and I really appreciate that. And also, I want to shout out a couple of apps. If you have not tried these 2 out, there's some big ones. PrizePicks is doing bet 5, get 50, and then Underdog Fantasy is doing bet 5, get 75. You can literally put $10 down and get 125 to play with. And if you don't want to use those, because those you have to do a parlay. They're still great apps for promos and stuff like that. But if you want to try a social sports book, if you want a single bet, spreads, money lines, all that stuff, you can do it in all the states as you see on the screen. So these are social sports books. Novig is doing a match up to $25. People love Novig. Promo code's fine around 11. And then Onyx Odds still has this promo going. I don't know when they're going to take it away, but if you have not taken advantage of it, I highly encourage you to do so. Bet 10, get 200. So you literally just deposit 10 and you get $200. So that's Onyx Odds, promo code fine around 11. And been. Rebet is what I think is the best one for live betting. They just have a lot of leagues there, and they're doing a match up to $100. So that's promo code FINDAROUND11 as well. Thank you to anyone who uses those. Next game is the Hawks versus the Thunder. Thunder 15.5-point favorites, and I was like, man, that's really high for a team that's on the back-to-back. Thunder will be on a back-to-back, and then I looked at the injury report. So Jalen Johnson's out, so that's already huge. Porzingis is still out, and then Trae Young is questionable, so that's huge. So Thunder did update their injury report. They have Isaiah Hartenstein questionable, Isaiah Joe, and then AJ Mitchell all questionable guys. Some guys who would play in blowouts. So I don't see much here for the Hawks that I like. Lines are high, and then you have Trae Young on the fence. You don't know if he's going to play or not, and that could affect a lot of things. So for the Thunder, I'm going to do a blowout protector. I like a first quarter prop, and this is a matchup play. So I like Chet Holmgren over first quarter points. The Hawks give up the 9th most points to the center position. He's hit this in 7 out of the last 8 games. And very, very early in the year, he played against the Hawks. He dropped 14 points in the first quarter against them in what turned out to be a 17-point blowout. He did go over his regular points line, but he does hit his first quarter points a little bit more than his regular points. So before a lean here, the Hawks missing way too much. Thunder at home, they did get a blowout yesterday, so that should have helped a little bit. So I'm going to lean the Thunder here for another blowout. Jalen Johnson is kind of like the catalyst there. I think if Jalen Johnson plays, definitely leaning the Hawks for 15.5, but he's not there, so I'll take the Thunder. Next one is the Knicks versus the Pelicans. Knicks are 8.5-point favorites. Josh Hart and Mitchell Robinson will be out for the Knicks. Pelicans, Herb Jones is out, and then Jose Alvarado is suspended for landing more clean shots on a 7-footer than Jake Paul. For this first play, it's going to be an opportunity play and also a really good matchup, but mainly the opportunity is helpful here. So Karl-Anthony Towns over 11.5 rebounds. Last 3 games, he's had 13, 14, and 15 rebounds. So with no Mitchell Robinson, no Josh Hart, that's like your 2 other good rebounders. Like this should be a huge opportunity for him. So I checked out with Mitchell Robinson out this year. He's gone over in 88% of games with an average of 14 rebounds a game. And then, like I said, the matchup is also really good here. So 4th most rebounds given up to the center position by the Pelicans. And then for the Pelicans, there's not much that I like. I would say Jeremiah Fears because Jose Alvarado is out, and his opportunity would be better, but I don't trust the coach, and he could still bench him just because he's a rookie, and Jordan Poole lines are not out yet. So, and the Knicks are a pretty tough defense. So for a lean here, the Knicks have not covered in 6 straight games. Pelicans were on a roll for a while, then they haven't covered in the last 3. So I'm gonna lean the Pelicans at home to cover the spread. This next one is the Pacers versus the Rockets. Rockets are 14.5-point favorites. The Pacers, Jay Huff, TJ McConnell, and Ben Shepherd are all questionable. And then for the Rockets, Alfred Sengun is questionable. So this first play is a hit rate play with a great matchup, and it's Tari Eason over 4.5 rebounds. He's hit this in 73% of games this year. In home games this year, he's gone over in 5 out of 6 games. Pacers give up the 3rd most rebounds to teams. So this is a good opportunity for him, especially if Sengun sits. He should get more minutes. He's playing about 18 minutes over the last 5 games, coming back from an injury. His minutes keep going up and up, so good opportunity for him. So Pacers last year, he played 23 minutes and 25 minutes, and he had 9 rebounds and 14 rebounds against them. So just absolute menace against the Pacers, and he probably will be getting around that 20-minute mark, unless Alfred Sengun's out. Then he could be getting up around 23, 25. So history is definitely there too. So not much I like for the Pacers. I was trying to look for maybe an under or something like that, but lines are kind of low. They're just kind of baked in due to this tough matchup with the Rockets. Slow pace, physical, all that stuff. So not going to force anything. So for a lean here, I'll take the Rockets at home. The Pacers could just be missing their starting center and their spark plug point guard off the bench. So I will take the Rockets. This game is the Timberwolves versus the Bulls. Timberwolves are 5.5-point favorites. The Timberwolves have no new injuries, and then the Bulls, Josh Giddey is probable. So This first play is a hit rate play, also with a good matchup. Jaden McDaniels over 3.5 rebounds. He's gone over this line in 16 out of the last 19 games, averaging 4.5 rebounds. The Bulls give up the 6th most rebounds to teams, and they play at a very fast pace, which helps. So I like him for that. And then this next one is a matchup play, and it's Anthony Edwards over 34.5 points plus rebounds. So he's gone over this in 7 out of the last 10 games in 73% of games on the road this season. So the matchup, the Bulls give up the 8th most points to the shooting guard position and the 3rd most points overall, and then the 6th most rebounds overall. So matchup is really good. And then Anta Claus against the Bulls last season just went crazy on them. 33 points, 8 rebounds in one game, and then had a 49.9 rebound game against them. So for lean here, the Wolves have been off and on. The Bulls have not been great at home, so I'm gonna lean the Timberwolves here on the road. On this last one, I do not have lines for, so you have to check out the additional analysis, but it's the Mavericks versus the Blazers. Blazers will be on a back-to-back. They're 1.5 point favorites, and it's because they're on a back-to-back. I don't have the lines at 1 in the morning. For the Mavericks, Anthony Davis and Brandon Williams are questionable, and then the Blazers have not updated their injury report. Couple of notable players that were out on Sunday was Jeremy Grant and Drew Holiday, and then Robert Williams, the backup center, was out for rest, so maybe they're going to sit Klingon and play him. I don't know. So for a lean here, the Blazers are actually 4-1 against the spread on back-to-backs, and then the Mavericks potentially could be missing, Anthony Davis. So I'm actually going to lean the Blazers at home here against the Mavericks. That's 11 games done as quickly as I possibly can and as efficiently as I possibly can. Trust me, that research took a while to do. So if you'd like to discuss lines further, I have a Discord. Link is in the description. Hop on in there. Talk about basketball, football, all that good stuff. That is completely free. As far as a recap goes, I did do a parlay of the day last time around, and Trey Jones of the Bulls hurt the leg. The other leg was Jalen Tyson of the Cavaliers. Probably have a parlay of the day here as well. That'll be on Onyx Odds as well. So 11 games, there's a lot to choose from. Hope you guys do well. Let me know what you think about breaking these down into just 3 categories. If there's a 4th category, let me know. But that's the most basic ones I could think of that could be the main reason why I make a play or not. So God bless you all. It's a fun round. My name is Jordan. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.